Hello, welcome back. This is Kenshin 1913.
Ghosty Films.
And we are Let's playing Hexen. Ma, we got about 3 more to go. Because I think this is number 4. We'll try to do 7. And then we're done. You know what I'm saying, Dan? There's only so much Hexen I can take in a day.
I understand.
But I hope you fans don't mind watching Hexen back to 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 back. Because you might be doing that if you're watching my playlist of Hexen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Dan?
Yeah.
So anyways, in the last episode we were talking about poopy, but this episode we'll talk about something a little different.
Yeah, pee.
Pee-pee. So, no, but yeah, what are we gonna talk about here, Dan?
We're in the Badlands.
Oh, we're in the Badlands, huh?
And like these giant things come up out of the ground and stab you. Like if I were standing on that molehill thing, a big spike like that would come up and stab me right in the butthole.
So the Earth's got an erection, huh?
Yeah, the Earth is not. It needs to be satiated.
Yeah.
It needs to be satisfied.
So what you're doing to the Earth right there, Dan, is you're walking on it in a sensual way.
Yeah, and it makes love to me.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, the Earth gets aroused.
Yeah.
Or I won't call it the Earth, I'll call it whatever. What is this called? Hexagonia?
Yeah, Hexabalaban.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Hexadecimal.
Let me ask you this, Dan. You ever play that game called Sim City?
A long time ago.
Wouldn't that be cool if you could put... Wouldn't that be cool if you could put brothels in there?
Yeah.
And like all kinds of stuff. Like I wish someone would make Sim Ghetto. You know what I mean? Where you could, where you're like this guy in the ghetto, and you're trying to make the ghetto not ghettoer, like
need to
worse.
exploit people.
Yeah, like and then you become a pimp.
Crap.
You become like a pimp, and then you kind like wouldn't that be a great game?
Yes, so you could set up all your liquor stores and gun stores.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like, oh man, wouldn't that be awesome if they had a game where you were a pimp, and then you have to have all these hoes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you gotta collect collection money.
Simho, Sim Pimp.
Sim Pimp. I like that idea.
Somebody needs to get on that.
Who does that show? Wright? Who does that game? I think his name's Bill Wright or William Wright or something like that.
What game?
Who the creator of Sim City.
Oh, I don't know.
I think his name's something, Bill Wright or something. Anyways, you need to get on that. Simulation pimp. It's a simulation of you being a pimp, alright? So you can like feel the power of being a pimp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be a great game.
And it would be a very difficult game, because pimping ain't easy.
No, it's not, alright? And, basically, damn, that guy did not die.
Yeah, I was hoping he would die.
But anyways, again, pimp, you gotta collect your stable of she bitches and man hoes. I mean, depending on which side of the coin you're gonna try to pleasure or whatever.
And you could get pimp points by pimping your crib and pimping your ride.
Yeah. And you gotta get like the purple hat.
Yeah, and with a feather coming out of the top probably, and a fur coat.
Yeah, and you gotta go around to your bitches and stuff, and you gotta test them out. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Being a pimp. Pimping ain't easy.
And you'd have to come up with like imaginative
marketing strategies to pimp your hoes. Like,
yeah, like
get the fuck out there and fucking work that shit.
And give me my money, bitch.
Yeah. You gotta always be looking for your money.
Bitch better have my money.
Yeah. I like this game already.
Yeah, people need to hire us to come up with game ideas, because we think outside of the box.
We do.
We take different parts of society and combine them to make them even better, like chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah.
Like pimping is the peanut butter and chocolate is the game.
Yeah. We take games like, you know what game I always wanted to make too? I was talking about this game called Restaurant Impossible. You play as Robert Irvine, and it's like a beat 'em up game.
Who's Robert Irvine?
He's the Restaurant Impossible guy. It's based on the game would be based on a TV show where you would be this Robert Irvine. He's like this giant buff man, and he would just literally beat the shit out of stuff. Because Restaurant Impossible is basically one of those shows. It's like a makeover show of a restaurant, but it kind of teaches you how to run a restaurant. Like, well, it doesn't really teach you, but it shows you like all the aspects of being a restaurant.
I heard that when people win the lottery, like a lot of the time, the first thing they do
Just die.
well, they die, But then they try to open a restaurant, and then they lose all their money because they think restaurants are easy to do.
No, they're not, Dan.
But they lose all their money because they're dumb.
Yeah, you know what I would do if I won the lotto, Dan?
Open a restaurant?
No, Dan.
What?
The first thing I would do, since tomorrow is Sunday, granted I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but since tomorrow is Sunday, I would go to Neil's Donuts, this donut place near in Connecticut, and I would order all the donuts in there, like 10,000 Bavarian creams, and friggin' all
Wouldn't you
these-
want to come back at a different time so you don't, like, you know, what if you get full of donuts?
No, Dan, because I'm going to share them with a bunch of people that I know. You'll be one of them.
Nice.
And their donuts are
Get off
delicious.
my back.
You know about donuts, right, Dan?
I heard about them. I
Yeah.
have never actually seen one.
Yeah, you're right. Because Dunkin' Donuts is, you know that place is, when you think about it, Dunkin' Donuts kind of stinks.
I get diarrhea every time I go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's literally true.
That's a real statement.
Yeah,
Our fact checker will be 100%. He'll be like, that's a fact.
that is a
And
fact.
he's just gonna, because what he does, I know we were talking about how we're so rich now that we got fact checker.
Except for me, I still live in a cardboard box.
But
It was very, Hurricane Sandy was not kind to my cardboard box.
No.
It did not make gentle love to it. It treated it like a $5, you know what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, our fact checker, what he usually does is he listens to our videos, writes down the statements that we make, and then he just goes and finds out through Wikipedia whether they're facts or not. And usually they are facts because
Our fact checker checks facts on Wikipedia.
yeah, he also looks at like
That's not a.
no, he goes through other websites too.
Oh, okay. Because I heard you were paying top dollar for this guy.
I was.
And if all he's doing is just, going to Wikipedia.
Yeah, you know how it is, Dan. When you go to Wikipedia and you don't find what you want, so you just
Well, it's
write
supposed
in
to be.
what you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, and then I take you know what I do? I take a screen cap of
That's
it.
why I always win debates, because
Yeah.
I just make up the facts that I want to be true.
Yeah, that's what I do. What I like to do is, I'll go on Wikipedia. What I do is I go on Wikipedia, when I see something that I want to be real, like the earth is flat or whatever, I want it to be flat.
Yeah.
I would go on there.
Did you know that the president in 1963 was Richard Simmons?
Yeah, I would go on and I would be like 1963rd president. It says what, JFK or whatever. You know what? I just change it.
Yeah, Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons. Then what I do is I take a screen capture of it, and then I show everyone in the world. I'm like, hey, look who is president.
Yep.
And then they're like, what? And then I'm like, look at this. Ha ha. I'm right. You're wrong.
Yep.
And then my fact checker's like, oh, I guess
what-
this is all in order, okay. And then he just goes on with the next fact.
Because what's the point of having a conversation with anybody unless you're beating them into submission with your words and
Yeah.
you're right and they're not right?
Yeah, because that's the only way that I like to talk to people.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not right when I'm talking to them, there's no point. I just gotta show them that I'm right until they can't stand it anymore.
I just got a big hot water poison right in the face.
Well, Dan, that sometimes when the ladies are not liking what you're doing to them, they shoot a hot water poison on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ladies. Yeah, get in there and hit Loch Ness. Or Ness.
Nessie?
No, it looks like more like Swamp Thing and some guy from the 80s.
He-Man's Merman?
Yeah, Merman. How's that
Merfellow?
coffee? Is that coffee pretty good? How's it going in there? Terribly. Why? Because that book? Was it an important book? Did they have, like, my birthdays in there? Like, not all books are important. So, Dan, how many monkeys have you talked to in the past week?
7.
Nice. Because I talked to 3 of them.
Chimpums. Coco.
Oh, you talked to Chimpums.
Yeah.
I talked to Chimpums too, and he was pretty ticked off to you. He was telling me about that conversation you were having with him, and he really disagreed with you.
I know.
He was like, listen, I just don't think There's a way you can go back in time, you know?
Yeah.
And you just kept going on and on about, you know, the theory that you can go back in time and do this and that. And Chimpums was just like, listen, Dan.
I was saying you couldn't. Chimpums was arguing that you could.
Oh, Chimpums was arguing that you could.
Yeah.
And you know what? I believe Chimpums. I think Chimpums got a good head on his shoulders.
Well.
And I really think that, you know, you should probably listen to what he's got to say.
It depends on your model of what the universe is made of. Because, like, if you believe in multiple universes,
I do.
You can perhaps go back in time, but you would not go back in time in the same dimension that you live in. Like, because you couldn't go back in time and shoot yourself as a baby, because then you'd never grow up to shoot yourself, and that's what's called the time paradox. And Chimpums was arguing that Chimpums believed more in the multiple universe theory of time travel, and I don't know. I don't know if I can accept that. I believe I like to base my theories of how the universe works based on testable evidence, and I don't see any evidence that points toward multiple universes, so I don't necessarily have any reason to believe it. And I'm not...
well, Dan, Chimpums did just recently finish watching Back to the Future. That's why he was pretty gung-ho about the whole thing. I mean, he watched that, and then I don't know why, Dan, but he let Chimpums watch Rise of the Planet of the Apes or whatever. And now he's like, and now he thinks he's gonna be like the new.
Kind of messed up.
He thinks he's gonna be like the new Caesar, and Chimpums is looking for his Dr. Zayas guy, and I'm like, Chimpums, it's just a movie. He's like, I was trying to explain to him, Chimpums is just a movie, but he's like, you can do that. He's like, I want to be able to find my Dr. Zayas.
Yeah, he's like Dr. Zayas is like Jesus to apes.
Yeah, Mr. Chimpums. Sometimes he likes to be called Mr. Chimpums.
Holy crap.
Like they call me Mr. Tibbs or Fibs or whatever.
Let's try out the old porcolator.
Yeah, make everyone into pork. Use it, hurry, quick.
I want to use it on the
No,
lizard.
what are you doing? You don't even know what you're doing.
On Lizzie Lizardo.
You don't even know what you're doing. You hid behind the thing. That's what the porcolator does?
Yeah.
That sucked, Dan. And what does it make a squeal? Oh, okay, yeah.
He's adorable. I want to put some coins in his face.
Oh, that's what that was all about. I was like, what was that all about?
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about, Pete.
I finally figured it out.
I'm getting my butt kicked in this game.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not finished. I'm using some more magic.
Yeah, there you go, Dan. Finally. Look, those two guys are fighting each other.
Where's that lizard guy?
Look, those two guys are fighting each other.
Yeah, I
You see
saw it.
that? You know Gornax? These are pretty... What are you doing there?
Whoa, see him?
Oh,
Whoa,
shit,
he
there's
hit
the
me.
Minotaur. He's got a coin on him. Big
Yeah,
coin.
he's got wearing a loincloth.
Yeah. You summon him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about how you can summon him.
He's beating everybody to death. I wish he would beat that lizard guy.
Yeah, but he doesn't... He's like... I like the lizard guy.
He's like beating all the weak guys.
Yeah,
And now he left.
does. Yeah, well...
What a useless Molitor.
Oh, that's why he's called Molitor.
Because he mauls everybody. He mauls up their faces.
Dan, you should probably drink someone's blood like Dr. Acula would do.
I don't have any mana.
You know, what's mana?
Yeah. What do you call it?
I call it magic usually. Or sexy powers.
I don't have the appeal that some people do.
No, I know. Dan, so where are we now? We're still in the Badlands or something?
Yeah. We're outside of some kind of temple or something. And I have no magic.
So there's no way you're going to be able to beat the third boss of the final level, right?
I don't know.
You better collect some magic. Right? Yeah, see? High five. Well, magic.
Oh, it's magic! Nothing can make me believe it's not so. I think I said too many words.
Yeah. You better believe it's not so. For what was that? Remember that show? You ever see Happy Gilmore? Over Billy Matt? No, yeah, it was Happy Gilmore. You know who I haven't talked to in a while?
Who?
Thomas Stout 20, whatever his name is now.
Yeah, I forget his name. I haven't heard it from him in so many decades. It's
yeah, I don't think he's
I don't think he's our friend anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think we pushed it to the limit.
Yeah. I think we have. I think
push it to the limit.
I think I'm gonna tell him next time I see him that I don't want to be his friend anymore.
Yeah.
He's not my friend anymore.
Yeah.
Cause he unfriended me first. You know what I mean?
He unfriended you?
No, he didn't unfriend me, but I'm just gonna say that.
Oh.
Like and by unfriending me, I mean
we better write that in Wikipedia so our fact checker can make sure that it's true.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Dan, I'm just gonna say, you know, you're not around anymore. You don't talk anymore. It's like,
you never call. You never write.
Yeah. I don't hear. You don't get a text message when I'm in those adult chat rooms. You never try to talk to me about anal or sports or whatever you talk about. God knows. It's like, what the hell's the point of even talking to him anymore?
It's like the only thing he ever says to me is, "Did you watch my latest video?" And then I'm like, "No, your videos are horrible." And then he doesn't want to continue talking to me.
Yeah, you just gotta tell him, you know, you gotta tell him the poor quality of videos he's got. He just doesn't listen ever.
I know.
What dude?
And then he's like, "I'm busy.
I'm busy. Yeah, what are you busy doing? Trying to bang your best friend's girlfriend, your best friend's mom, or whatever." And yeah, all right, I talked to Ben. All right, teased out. If you're listening, I talked to Ben, and I told him about your best friend's mom. Now you want to bang him? Him. That's right. Your best friend's mom is a dude. Anyways, Dan. Anyways, Dan. In the next episode, we'll have to continue bashing Thomas Stout, whatever number. This has been Hexen 1913, and this has been Ghosty Films. We'll see you later. Bye.